had a scary thing happen on one of my recent camping trips. It was when I went to Woolly Hollow with a girlfriend, and she stayed with me the first night. But the second night, it was just me and Hank. And this is a small campsite. It's about an hour outside of Little Rock, and it's really cute. It's got some great hiking trails. And there's just a few tent camping spots, and there's a whole lot of RV spots. And it's got a little lake where you can do paddle boats and stuff like that. And then a very nice visitor center, which closes at 5 p.m. So, when I was there, it was, I think March or April. There was only one other tent camping besides us. And then it's quite separated from the RV camping. So if I were to call for help, other than the tent camper, no one else would probably hear me. Which I liked, that it was quiet and kind of isolated until this thing happened. And thank goodness Hank was with me. So I'm asleep, and at 4:45 in the morning, Hank jumps up and he is barking his head off. And it's a mean bark. He's like, I'm going to eat you. And he's doing it because somebody is walking directly towards my tent, shining their light in on me. And it's pitch black outside. They had no business doing that. That is totally against camping etiquette. That campground does get people who just who live in the area and come to walk the route for their exercise, because it's kind of out in the country. And if you're in the country, it's kind of hard to just get your exercise in. If you want to walk, you don't have a neighborhood to walk in because you just live in the country and you're on a highway or whatever. So it was not a morning walker, because they would know better. First of all, they wouldn't shine their light directly in my tent, and second of all, they wouldn't be walking right towards my front door. And they were probably 10 yards away when I woke up out of a sound sleep. I was disoriented. I'm like, what's going on? I do travel with a gun, but of course I left it in the car. I will never do that again. And I just was kind of shocked and didn't respond. I was thinking to myself, what am I going to protect myself with? My Coleman lantern? They kept walking towards me as Hank's making this ruckus for about 3 seconds, I think. And then finally they turned and walked away. They were kind of coming at an angle, and then they left at an angle. And I learned several things. First of all, never leave my gun. I watched them walk away. They went around my car and then went on down the way. And then I got angry and I got dressed, because I was just in t-shirt and panties. I put on my PJ bottoms and in a sweatshirt, and I marched out there because I was ready to have a little confrontation, and I couldn't find them anywhere, which everything about that was weird. So I got my gun at that point, got back in the tent. I could not get back to sleep. So finally I got up early and left. And to top it off, it rained on me as I was packing my tent up. Anyway, what I learned and what I would have done differently: always have my gun in my tent. Really, bear spray might be the better thing to have in the tent, or wasp spray, because it'll shoot a long ways. It's probably a better deterrent. A gun is a permanent solution. Although just racking one in, putting it around in the chamber might deter somebody. Although with the ruckus Hank was creating, they probably couldn't have heard that. So anyway, what I wished I had done when I woke up and was stuck like that, I wish that I had said very loudly and very aggressively, get your light off of my tent and get away from my front door. Being assertive and aggressive can deter somebody. And the guy who's camping 2 spots over from me, I know they can hear Hank. I know Hank woke him up. At that point, they'll hear me and they'll know I need help, or that something not right is happening. So for sure I should have done that. I did. It bothered me. Okay. It really kind of shook me up. Nothing like this has ever happened before. When I got to work that morning, I called I was gone before the visitor center was even open. I called and I actually spoke with the head ranger and told him everything that had happened. And he said nothing like that had never happened there before. So at least they were made aware of it. And to be your own advocate. So I will not go to bed unprepared anymore. That's just kind of being lazy. That was all my fault. I had a gun. I forgot about it, first of all. Second of all, I need to think a little more proactively and defensively. So it was a great lesson learned. So when we went on this big camping trip out west, and it was just me and Devonda, I was like, do you care if I bring Hank? Because a dog is a big deterrent. The police will tell you if a robber comes to your house and they hear a dog, it could be a 6-pound dog, it doesn't matter. If they hear a dog, they're going to go, I can go next door where there's no dog and rob them. So a dog is a great deterrent. Now, when I go with 3 or more girls, I for sure don't take my dogs because there's not room. And, Hank's kind of a lot. He's kind of a mess. Devonda was very patient with him. So, be wise, be safe, be prepared. Think through these kinds of things when you're camping, if you're solo camping. And I'd love to hear your stories, so share them with me.